Democracy, according to Plato, is a robe of many colors, embroidered with all the flowers of the field. Nothing can be more beautiful, yet more difficult to sustain. The sustaining element of democracy is found in the people, and the collective desire of the people is expressed through the legislature. Therefore, the fulcrum of any democracy is the legislature, the assembly of the elected representatives of the people. Its presence is the key identifier of a democracy. Before the Fourth Republic, the Supreme Military Council and the Armed Forces Ruling Council performed the roles of the legislature, although for all intents and purposes, they were merely extensions of the military executive. It was the inauguration of the Fourth National Assembly in 1999 that truly marked Nigerians' return to democracy and the beginning of the Fourth Republic. Marked Nigerian return to democracy. It therefore follows that any appraisal of the Fourth Republic must begin with an appraisal of our National Assembly. It is only by making an honest reflection of our past that we can sustain our successes and project a brighter future. The journey of the National Assembly over the last 20 years has not been a smooth ride. From the teething problems of the Fourth Republic's maiden assembly, which strives to define the terms of coexistence of all the branches of government, to the tenuous relationship between the last assembly and the executive, our legislature has had its share of successes and missteps in its quest to deliver the core constitutional mandate of good legislating, representation, and oversight. Despite all this, the National Assembly of the Fourth Republic has produced some remarkable legislation. More recently, the Seventh Assembly's Pension Reform Act, the National Health Act, and the Terrorism Prevention Act, not forgetting the National Minimum Wage Act, Police Reform Bill, the Company and Allied Matters Act Amendment Bill, the Gender and Equal Opportunity Bill, the Railway Transformation Bill, and the Not Too Young to Run Bill. It is also remarkable that the last assembly introduced a total of 2,569 bills and passed 704 of them, an improvement from the Seventh Assembly, which introduced 1,063 bills and passed 106 of them. Moving forward, we must learn from the mistakes of the previous assemblies and build on their achievements for the good of the nation. The Ninth House of Representatives will do just that. So far, we have hit the ground running. As at Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, barely a month post-inauguration, 287 bills had passed first reading, with 2 of them passing second reading in the House. Also, 63 House resolutions have been made, urging the executive arm and mandating committees to take necessary actions arising from motions deliberated on the floor of the House of Representatives. Without missing a beat, these committees have made considerable advancement, investigating pressing public issues such as the Edo and the Bauchi legislative crisis, the Oyibo pipeline explosion, among others. The priority of the Ninth House of Representatives will be to reform legislative functions by making them more proactive and in tune with global best practices. This House will prioritize the economy, insecurity, good governance, and the fight against corruption over the next 4 years, using a system of accountability and transparency. After all, it was Jeremy Bentham who said, "The more closely we are watched, the better we behave." The Ninth House of Representatives will uphold the independence of the legislature while leveraging on the benefits of the interdependence between the arms of government. Equally, the achievements of the past assemblies and those expected in the future is dependent on the commitment, efficiency, and dedication of the staff of the National Assembly. While thanking them for the work done in the last 20 years to sustain the operation of the National Assembly, we pledge to do more to enhance their welfare to enable this Assembly achieve our legislative goals. While praising the management of the National Assembly for the publication of the Legislative Digest, I encourage them to use these as one of the platforms to bring the Parliament closer to the people. You will recall that the campaign for speakership was on the theme, Nation Building, a Joint Task. Nigerians must know that this joint task of nation building is not just across party lines. It extends to other arms of government. And more importantly, it extends to civil society and the public. I want to use this opportunity to encourage all Nigerians to gear up for a participatory and inclusive legislature over the next 4 years. Thank you for listening, and God bless you and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.